Hi everyone, and hope you're having a great summer. I am so excited to be giving you some activities that you can do over the summer to build your executive function skills. So let's go. So even though it's summer break, it's really important to have a routine. And the way to do that is to make a schedule. By laying out what your commitments are or even where your free time is, it can make you more productive. Making a schedule also has emotional benefits because it's equipping you to better handle challenges if something goes like awry. It helps you kind of see things in perspective and makes a change not as big as it may seem, which will then help you accomplish it. When creating the schedule, you want to make sure you include your everyday routines, things like, getting ready for bed, brushing your teeth, getting changed once you wake up, stuff like that. You also want to be sure to include your chores, what your parents want you to do, or just if you're an older student or older person in general, things like, cleaning the house, something we all have to do, taking out the trash, doing the laundry, folding the laundry, that fun stuff. For students, if you have summer assignments, you want to make sure that you're putting in enough time to make sure that they get completed on time. And in general, it's really good to read, so I always advocate for putting in some reading time, reading and writing time throughout that schedule. So, diversifying the activities that you're doing, but also making sure that everything that you need to get done, get accomplished while simultaneously being able to have some free time for yourself. One activity that I mentioned in the previous slide that can really help with executive functioning is to read during the summer. This can help you increase your vocabulary, which will help you in the long run with communication. Also, it can help with increasing your reading speed. In the summer, it's a good time to build that up because when you go back to school or in your jobs, you're going to be given a lot more material that you will have to be able to get through more quickly. And the quicker you can do it, the faster you'll get that kind of next step done. And then lastly, it really helps with improving comprehension, being able to understand what is being said or the directions that you will be given. So really important to read. Make sure to build that into your summer every day. I recommend at least an hour, but if you want to do more, totally go for it. On this slide, you can see that I have provided some book recommendations based on the different levels of where you are in your academic career. So it's divided up elementary, middle, high school, college. Those of you who have recently graduated, you can make that transition. I've also provided resources where you can go and you can find reading material for any age. So if you want to go ahead and pause this video, you can go ahead and kind of take a closer look at the recommendations I have. I also recommend other resource lists that are out there. So Barnes & Noble puts out really good reading lists, New York Times, Wall Street Journal. So if you don't like any of my recommendations, feel free to go check out some of the other ones that are out there. Just, of course, make sure you're using a reliable source. Another really great activity to do over summer break, which will help build your various executive function skills, is writing. In the next few slides, I'm going to talk about the different activities that you can do to help practice that. And the first one I'm going to start with is keeping a journal. So journals are really good because it forces you to recall what you've done. Sometimes you're doing some research for it. It helps you practice your note-taking and that organization of note-taking. And it helps you with reflecting and, again, comprehending what you did that day. So I recommend keeping a journal. You could do it every day, you could do it every other day, you could do it a few times a week. Also, sometimes including pictures or even doing diagrams can really help. And again, those skills that you practice while doing the journal, research, note-taking, reflection, are all skills that are going to be really pertinent to your academic careers and even as you move into your professional careers. So if you're someone who doesn't really want to commit to a long-term writing journal, that's okay. There are also writing prompt books that are out there that I highly recommend and are really affordable, like the one that you see here on Amazon. I actually bought this same book at Five and Below for $5. And the prompts are really short, and sometimes you can just write a few sentences, or you can write a paragraph, or you can write longer stories. It's totally up to you, but again, it helps build, it gives you that practice in writing, and with that you'll have to organize your ideas, helps with communication because you'll have to be clear in your writing, and by doing these it allows you to practice all those skills. If you're a student who is preparing for the SATs, SAT 2s for writing, or even any other subject, or maybe you're a college student preparing for the GRE, the Graduate Record Exam, those resources will also have writing components, and they have practice writing prompts. So I highly recommend purchasing one of those books or going to the library and getting them for free and using those prompts as ways to prepare yourself for those exams. As a reading tip, you could also use those exams and read the best essays that score high to give you good models for how your essays should be constructed so that you can score the highest and do as well as you can. So just some other extra tips there. Making checklists are also a really great way to practice your organization, which is part of executive functioning. So one, on the first hand, helps you make sure you get done what needs to get done. It also saves you time and managing your time so that you're not spending and wasting time doing things and figuring out what you need to do. So that 5 minutes it took to figure out what came next or remember what you were doing could be 5 minutes spent reading a book, or surfing the internet, playing a video game, whatever you're into. It can also help you reach your goals quicker. It helps kind of align what needs to happen to get there. And then it can help you practice for using your homework organizer for when we get back to school, and categorizing and organizing information. So the last recommendation, and my ultimate favorite for building executive function skills, are playing board games. It's a great way to stimulate different brain functions that have to do with executive functioning. So, decision making, strategic thinking, problem solving, communication. All of those things are really important in both your academic and will be important in your professional careers. So it's really important to grow and develop those things, and what better way to do it than play a game. On this slide, as you can see, I have recommended a couple of my favorites. Feel free to pause the slide to see my list. Again, there are a bunch out there, and you can't go wrong. It's also a fun way, if we're in a pandemic and we're social distancing, but you want to hang out with friends, to get them to get online and play. It's a fun way to still see each other, but also build these skills. And what's really great is with technology, now you can actually play them virtually. So be on the lookout for those alleyways. Thanks so much for learning with us today. If you have any questions or want more assistance, please feel free to contact us via email. Be sure to also check out our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more videos, resources, examples, and tips. See you next time. Bye.